Hello friends, welcome to Squaird Plans, where creative planning and organization comes to life. I'm Stephanie, and today we're going to be designing a line vertical planner layout for the next week of June in my health and fitness planner. So come plan with me. And I've got some washi tapes here ready to go, along with this pad of vintage papers, this set of stat stickers I made on my computer, and this Happy Planner sticker book, which I'll pull from. Okay guys, I'm just going to go ahead and lay down some wax paper to get started on this design. I really just threw this guy together, but it came out pretty good in the end, so hopefully you guys will enjoy. I had an idea to use this tiny kind of like half sticker book from the Happy Planner. It's a tiny florals sticker book. And then I thought it would match well with the washi tape that I have there on the side. It's got kind of like a yellowy vintage look. It all just kind of stemmed from there. I decided to pull in some vintage paper and just tie those two looks together, these tiny florals and the vintage paper look. So I am going to try and match up these in kind of a triangular pattern here and get started figuring out the layout. My health planner, I tend to track quite a bit in the daily columns. I track my stats, which you see there on the side, and then I also put in my food log for the day, as well as my workout every day. So I'm gonna have to try to make sure I'm not cutting myself short as far as functional space, but I definitely want to play around with the decor and see what I can come up with. I decided to pull in also this strong kind of teal toned washi tape as one of the main colors of the theme. Originally I was going to bring in more of the oranges and the pinks on those tiny florals, but as I started building it out, I really felt like the yellow tones and that strong teal tone were a good basis for the color scheme, keeping things a little bit more simplified, especially since I'm bringing in some gold as well with the gold foil quotes, and then I'll also be bringing in some foil boxes. So limiting the color palette really, I think, helped in having that nice strong teal tone to kind of anchor the color scheme. I think was a really good choice. This all kind of happened by chance. It's just some ideas I had and pre-pulled, and it was like, okay, let's try and see what we can come up with. As I was developing the spread, it just came together really nicely, especially with the color scheme and limiting what stickers I pulled in with what colors. So as you can see, I've already started to build out some clusters in the corners and then in that center section. I did cut down the gold quote there on the right-hand side to fit a little bit better in the space. And then I also cut off any florals or anything that was not in the color scheme that I am working towards here with that yellow and teal. So I have a quote there at the top that I was thinking of using. If I do use that, I'm going to cut out those pink toned florals, so you'll just have the gold quote. Again, limiting the colors, but I think that just makes a stronger design in the end. I'm trying to bring in a little bit of the beige florals or the soft yellow florals in each cluster, along with those strong teal colors in some of the florals and they look a little bit more like grasses or leaves in all of the clusters. So each one has a little bit of those elements that I'm trying to bring in. I also am going to add in a longer box here in the sidebar just for some like weekly goals to concentrate on, to focus on. And then to balance that out, I kind of felt like, okay, maybe I should balance it here on the right upper corner to keep the triangular patterns and relationships going. Also to make it not feel heavy on one side, which I think it would have felt kind of heavy on the left had I not brung in something there on the right side to kind of counterbalance. I've also started bringing in those foil boxes, like I mentioned, all out of that same sticker book. I will use those to track my workouts. I'm thinking I'm going to use those larger boxes for the days where I have a double workout, or will try to be doing a double workout. I've been trying to add in my strength training routine into my new gym cardio routine, and it just has not worked out yet. So I'm hoping that I can get that going this week as I'm doing the filming, and then next week that I'll be back on track with that. But it's really been a struggle. I've just been super busy, and I don't know, it just doesn't seem to want to happen. I am going to the gym, I am exercising regularly, but I'm just not seeming to have enough time to add in that extra element of lift strength training time that I really want to get back at. So that said, I've got a couple of boxes there. I would normally need 3, trying to do 3 lift days a week, full body. So I only have 2 boxes that I think will work with this same color scheme. So we'll see if this works out. I mean, it's probably going to be more likely that I'll only need the 2 boxes, if at all, if I can get that routine going. But I like to plan for greatness, like I said before, just in case everything goes to plan and I have the time and the energy to get everything done. So we will try and plan accordingly. I have built out those clusters, like I said, a little bit more, especially those newer ones I have in the sidebar and in the upper right corner. I want each element to have a little bit of that washi tape, that teal tone and that yellow. The gold quotes I was bringing in, but keeping those more down on the bottom, and then the counterbalanced elements on the left and right top corners. And now I'm just trying to place in these gold boxes, mixing things up, because most of these boxes are repeats. I have 2 of each style except for 1. So I'm just trying to either flip them or, turn them on their side. So it just looks a little bit different from its counterpart and makes it a little bit more interesting to look at. I'm also just trying to figure a good place to have them. I'm going to be putting in my stat stickers here in a second, and I'll need room for, stat stickers, the food log, and the workout every day. So just trying to make sure that there is enough functional space throughout the spread. It is going to be tight, I think, on a couple of days, but for the most part, it should work out fine. I don't eat that much, especially lately. I've been really trying to stay within my fasting window. I'm trying to do 1 meal a day fasting. When I'm doing that strictly, I usually only eat 2 to 3 hours a day, all in one meal, or kind of like one continuous 2-3 hour stretch. And then that's it. And then I don't eat again. So it's not a lot of food to track usually, which is good, and makes it a little bit easier to have extra decor on this spread. So finally, I felt like I just wanted a little bit more here at the very top. I didn't want to cover the dates with decor, so I kept everything below the dates, but thought it would be nice just to add a little bit more up above the dates with the washi, just kind of re-emphasizing the color scheme and adding a bit more interest up there. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start moving things over. I've already picked up the bottom corner, and everything is sticker except for that paper backing, so I'm going to need to glue that down. I just pulled out my glue stick, and I'm just going to rub a bit of that glue there. And I also whited out the darker black lines that fall kind of behind the quotes or any of the smaller stickers, just to get a cleaner look. There was one sticker there with these weird little, I don't know, they look like eyelashes on the sticker, but I think they're just supposed to be like grasses or something. But anyway, it was interrupting the quote, but I couldn't really place the quote anywhere else in a better fit, so I just went ahead and whited out right on top of the sticker where it touched the quote, just to give, again, a cleaner look. So I've done that. I've already popped in the box in the sidebar. And now I'm going to go ahead and move in this washi tape here at the top to get things sorted up there. Also trying to match up where things are on the wax paper as I'm moving things over. Getting some bearings on where they were before I move them over, so you're going to see me checking a lot the positioning of things just so that I get close to that same position on the spread. When I move stickers over by hand instead of kind of rolling them off like I do sometimes, that tends to lead to some adjustments being made. Sometimes for the good, sometimes I just kind of misplace things and don't remember exactly where they were on the wax paper. But usually in the end, it all works out. It just is a little bit harder to keep track of when I can't roll things off. So I just need to be a little bit more mindful of placement and checking how it was before I commit things down onto my sheet. Just gonna go ahead and drop in this corner. Again, I glued the backing there just so that it would all stick down. And occasionally I do move things over in smaller chunks, especially when I want to adjust the positioning a little bit. That usually happens with things that are, being parallel to either the horizontal or the vertical line, like laying in boxes, or like this vertical washi. So sometimes I'll go back and place those ones separately just to make sure that everything is straight and even. Also doing a bit more of whiting out behind those stickers in preparation. And then I'm going to glue down this main section here. Should be able to roll it off pretty easily, but like I said, some of these I will reset just to make sure everything is nice and straight across. A little bit more white out, cleaning things up. Removing some of the backers off of these remaining stat stickers. The final step will really be to clean out the holes and separate out the pages. I'll have to trim off any excess as well. We'll start by separating these pages. I'm just using a small penknife and a small cutting board I got from Daiso. That penknife has been a staple. If you're new to my channel, really love that thing. It is called a precision cutter. It's ceramic. I just feel like it works so much better than trying to do a X-Acto knife with the cutting. So if you're like me and kind of skittish around those X-Acto knives, I definitely recommend that ceramic precision cutter. I'm just going to go ahead and use that too to clean out the holes. For the last step, I'll go ahead and use my sticker spatula just to cement down all of these elements, making sure they're stuck well to the page. And once we're done with that, you guys, we will be done, friends. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Also, too, go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Bye.